Hello, everyone, and welcome to Courtside at Nashua High School South. I'm John Collins, along with Rich McDonough, here late in the season, as South at 11-4 gets to take on, set to take on 7-8 Merrimack. Merrimack hopes to get even at the expense of the Panthers, but they've been having a great season, and clearly South the favorite as we begin this one tonight, Rich.
Agreed.
So here we go. It was senior night. We got a bit of a late start. In fact, in the Bedford BG boys game in Bedford, the first quarter is already in the books over there. It's 15-all between those two teams. So a bit of a later start here.
And a tie game is an eye-opener there.
Yeah, BG had a big lead earlier in that quarter, but it's all even after one. Here we go. Who's going to score the first basket of this game? A lot of ball movement by the Tomahawks. Produces a shot off the front rim. No good. And South will come down with hopes to score the first basket of this game as Devin Sawyer does the ball handling against the defender for Bedford, who's number 3, Rosa Jackson.
I'll tell you, Tomahawks have a lot to gain. South with a three-way logjam for kind of the second bracket and playoff seeding.
Sammy
have plenty
Witta,
to lose.
strong to the hoop, doesn't go. Gets his own rebound, though, over in the corner. Great hustle by Sammy Witta. Sawyer thinks about trying the seam, but he gets denied by Jackson, his counterpart. South looking for that open shot. That was a really good look for Witta, but he couldn't get it to go. Sammy up with it now. They've been on a win-loss pogo stick since they lost to North in the game we did earlier this month. That's a miss off the back rim. Actually, it was January 29th when we did that game between North-South. It was a North win. North's only lost one game this season as they play against Manchester Central, I think it is, tonight. Only 3 games left in the season for all of these teams. That's off the foot, and it's a turnover. So a lot of dribbling, a lot of passing, produces no shots down the court that trip for South.
And Merrimack did a very good job keeping the action in front of them in spite of a long rebound out there by Hedquist, who's on senior night. There we go.
Rosa Jackson with an open look. That's a three-pointer to begin the scoring. 3 points for Merrimack. And to 0, it's a travel against South. So a rough start here for the Panthers.
Yeah, first turnover in the night. It's going to be something to watch. Worth remembering that Merrimack handed North its one loss of the season.
That is their claim to fame. You're right, Rich McDonough. It was the only loss of the season for the Titans. An unlikely loss, too, to Merrimack, considering all the teams that North has beaten. And quickly, 2 baskets to begin things here for Merrimack.
Well, there's David Roy, who's part of that nice backcourt.
David Roy sinks one from pretty in close baseline. 5-0 lead for Merrimack. Just over a couple of minutes into this game. South trying to score their first basket. This is a South team that has put up over 70 points in a game 5 times this season. There's a turnaround jumper. That doesn't go. So South's been denied 3 trips down the court. They come up empty. Rosa Jackson, who's got a 3-pointer, slings it into the corner, driving. Nice bounce pass in the paint, but a contested shot doesn't go.
I'll tell you, David Roy is quick, and he gets his chin up, and it was a nice bounce pass, just like you noted, John.
There was Dennis Winena in the middle, 6'9", senior, who was able to deny that basket. Now Winena gets the, no, it doesn't go. I was going to say he gets the gimme to begin the scoring for South. That goes.
That was an excellent play by Carson Lemire to keep that ball alive. He's a glue guy. He's also the quarterback for their football team. And, swatted that ball away after the Tomahawks had seemingly controlled it.
So a 5-2 game now with 4:20 to go in the first quarter. A Friday night game, February 17 of 2023. Baseline jumper hits nothing, and South is down court with it. Carson Lemire.
Panthers zone was suffocating right there, John.
Good job on defense, produces an offensive chance. It's a 1-score game. South doesn't look like they're in the market for a 3
nice
right
hands.
now. And good hands.
That's
Isaac
Infante, yeah.
Infante gets it to Jackson. Jackson with the turnaround from the free throw line, in and out. And down court come the Panthers.
I tell you, I was out watching warm-ups, John, and I was next to Infante for a minute or so. They list him at 6'4", but he seems a lot bigger, and he's got those long, athletic arms, and he's quick.
Infante, who spells it Y-N-F-A-N-T-E. Isaac is his first name. He's a good-sized kid. He's 6'4". We got to see the parents of the seniors come out for the photos on senior night.
Yeah.
And we could see where Dennis Wainena gets his height from. Mom is over 6 feet in flats, I think, and she's got another probably 7-footer on the way.
She looked ready to dunk on me.
She sure did. And
it was a really nice senior night, too.
Yeah, and to all the seniors whose banners. Do you ever have a banner of yourself like that over there, Rich?
No, but I've got
time in your point in your life when you looked your best. No.
Hey, I look my best now, man.
Good for you. That was a good-looking three right
Not
there.
Not saying much anymore, John.
That was Josh Caruso who comes out of the timeout. That must have been the strategy in the timeout. Josh, take a three, make it, and we're tied at 5.
Well, Josh Caruso is averaging 17-1 a game, and he can really fill it up when he gets going. Really their leader.
Caruso is a famous singer, right?
That's right.
Yeah, way back. Way back. I think that's a...
brush up on your Italian before you get into that. Yeah.
But that was definitely a high note off of the arc right in, and let South trying to get 2 scores. This trip down the floor, and they do. They take a lead.
Yeah,
Karsten Lemire for 2.
Yeah, good defense by David Roy, but Lemire is one of those glue guys, and he just finds ways to get things done, John.
Makes a tough shot over the defender. It's a 7-5 first lead of the game for the Panthers with just under 3 minutes to go first quarter. Merrimack penetrates. It's a foul, and it's a basket.
That was a good take by Luke DeFosses. A 6'4" guard. What a luxury at the high school level.
Yeah, he went over the 6'6" Caden Sheehan to score that basket. No easy task. Sheehan actually made him look normal size at 6'4". Man, I would just get lost out there with these tall kids. And you were talking about going home, where's it, Fairfield?
Fairfield U, yeah.
To lacrosse. And
yes.
You're saying the lacrosse kids are giants now,
even the
right?
goalies, which is a position I played, they're all 6'2", 6'3" now.
Wow.
Yeah.
DeFossis makes his free throw, so back to a lead for the visitors, up 8-7. Yeah, I mentioned that seesaw. Oh, it's a shot for Caruso. Beautiful
Boy, what
finish.
A smooth stroke, huh?
Yes.
I tell you, he has been in double digits, John, every single game of the year. That's tough to do at any level.
Numero 0 zeroed in on the twine that time, and nothing but net. Basket, Merrimack all alone. That's a travel.
Yeah.
Oh, he couldn't believe his good fortune. Jensen Monroe took a step he didn't need to take.
Another big kid. But he got happy feet, found himself all alone.
Yeah,
he was so nervous.
Right. North 70, Central 37 in that 4 p.m. game today. So only 2 games remaining in North's season, and they took care of business, really. They were definitely favored against Central.
Yeah.
70-37 the final. So Coach Steve Lane has really got his team lined up to do great things in the playoffs.
Coach has got them wired. We were lucky to call that Bedford North game.
Oh,
that was
yeah.
a battle.
It sure was. Bedford coming out on the short end, but North. There's a nice coast-to-coast lay-in for the Panthers, who are up 4 now.
Zach Castangwe, number 11 there, slashing move, John.
Yeah, he knew just what he wanted to do with it. The high IQ, basketball IQ guy.
Yeah, there was no doubt where he was going from minute 1.
A clean steal by Lemire and a great feed ahead. Castangwe off the glass, no good. The putback by Caruso. Timeout, Merrimack.
Castangwe running the left, Caruso running the right. There to back him up in case one rattles off the tin. It did, just like you coach it up. Get to the glass and get it home. Very nice.
Josh Caruso providing the spark coming off the first time out of the game by South. Hugely productive timeout. They were down 5-2 at that point. They'd only scored 2 points in the first 3 minutes. And now you got a glimpse of why this is a team that scored over 75 times. The girls' game just tipping off in Merrimack right now. South against Merrimack on the road. That BG Bedford doubleheader going on today, right?
Yeah, that's it's supposedly kicking off soon. Or no, is it 8 o'clock? 8 o'clock. That's a battle. That's a battle that people have had circled on their calendars.
Yeah, the girls are going at it at. Of course, the boys' game is going on now in Bedford.
Right.
We did the first quarter score, where it was tied at 15, and then the girls' game follows.
And that's going to be on Nashua ETV 99.
Yes, courtesy of Bedford Television production, but we will have it on Channel 99. Great game in the offing. A good defense by South produces a turnover. Chance to add to their 6-point lead. Castonguay feeds Caruso wide open. 3 more for Josh. He is zeroed in.
That's 3 points 3 times.
Yes.
9 points. Over half the points go to Caruso right now.
Well, he did get a lay-in on the follow of the missed basket.
That's right, so that's 11.
He's really lighting up the score sheet. There's a bounce pass underneath for Moinena, and he hits
Hedquist.
Cutting. It is a 19-8 lead. Suddenly, a huge lead for the Panthers, struggling to score early. Now it's a rich run that they're on.
Absolutely. Game of runs, John.
10 seconds only remaining in the first quarter. Merrimack trying to add a 3 here before the buzzer, and they do.
Michael Flara takes a nice pass from Roy out there, dumps it in from long range just as we close out the quarter.
And that puts Merrimack into double digits with 11, 19-11. It turned into a quality first quarter for Nashua High South, on pace right now to take a run at their top point total of the season.
Yeah.
Which was 78. As I said, they do score a lot, and they are 11-4. Their loss to North in the game we did January 29th started them on a win-loss pogo stick for the next 5 games. They won the next game at Goffstown. They lost to Bedford at home. They won at Dover. They lost to Keene. Now, that's a game I want to talk about that one. And then they won against Trinity in their most recent game, and now they have 3 games remaining. This one at Spalding, which is probably an easy win. Spalding's in last place.
You would think so, but we play the game.
Yeah, never know, right? And then Portsmouth, they're at home to finish the season a week from tonight. But
right.
How about they went to Keene, and they scored their season low 42 points. Keene is 4-12 on the season.
But they also dumped BG earlier in the season. Keene did.
Keene did?
And
so 2 of their 4 wins are against great teams.
Well, people at the beginning of the season kind of analyzed Keene and said they could be lurking in a playoff spot at the end of the season. They're not quite there, but it's because they had some quality players. And I got to tell you, as a guy who coached at Hollis Brookline, making that road trip to Keene is a brute, and you got to unravel your body.
It is, man. And you go over the Monadnock region there, something happens to you, biologically.
You'd rather
right
just
on the bus over.
Rather
when
stop
Anna makes a contested lay-in.
Rather stop at Peterborough and just go to dinner.
Ryan Elliott at 6'3", doing his best against the 6'9" Winena, but Dennis gets it to go, and it's a 21-11 lead now for South. They're up 10 as they hit the 20-point plateau early second quarter. Newly into the game, Ryan Elliott for Merrimack trying to give him a spark.
Yeah, 6'3" sophomore.
Andrew McCarthy, 15 in there. Underneath with some opening. Good, strong move, but no basket. Isaac Infante, the takeaway, foul before the shot.
Well, Jackson Rosa, Johnny on the spot to collect the garbage there. But I tell you what, Infante is a very strong, powerfully built athlete there. He just couldn't get that one to drop, even though he got to the 10.
Inbound play, and that's a travel.
Yeah, Rosa's got the happy feet. He's averaging 9 a game.
Didn't agree with it, but it is a turnover and a 10-point lead. Chance to add to it for South as that Castonguay brings it down court with his head up, looking for an open teammate.
At least he didn't get upside the ref like the Purdue kid last night.
That was civil. Oh, really? I didn't see that.
Yeah, but they lost to Maryland after trailing, and this one of their players got into it with the ref after what he disagreed with. What a great
Caruso
move
with
there
the
by
reverse
Caruso.
lay-in, and he continues to add to his game-leading total.
I think it's 13 for him.
I believe you're right. 3 threes, a 2, and now another 2 lay-in, and he goes to the line for his first free throw opportunity. Josh Caruso having a night.
Yeah. 2 lay-ins and 3 threes. No middle ground.
He makes it.
Now add one from the line, man.
You can see in my vision, I could see Al St. Louis is saying the national anthem here. The guy who set the records for all these national anthems went to the wrong school tonight. He went to North. He said that we're all done in that 4 o'clock game. But he was able to make it here to sing the national anthem, Al St. Louis.
Waiting for him to grow a Stapleton beard.
Oh, right?
Yeah.
And like in the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got Rosa wide open on the wing. Nobody saw him.
Missed opportunity for Merrimack, and Infante hits the deck again. Nothing to show for his effort. South trying to add to a 13-point lead. What we got? Turnover against South.
Felt like a minor earthquake when Infante hit the deck here, John.
Yeah, right in front of us.
Strong kid.
Great corner table view that we have. Always expecting some player to come crashing over the top of it at any moment. But I wouldn't trade the situation. Love it. That's Ryan Elliott passes it up to Jackson Rosa.
I'll tell you, McCarthy was there. He could have pivoted, but it went right off his hands.
Caruso, a clean block, they say, out of bounds off Merrimack.
Yeah, that's Rosa not giving up on a play. You got to like that.
Hustling
I've coached
all the way
lacrosse
down.
for years, and just getting back solves a lot of problems.
Caruso, he's feeling it tonight. He wants to shoot it every time he gets it, and why not?
Yeah, I think he got away with the travel right there.
May have. Up top it goes.
Experience officiating crew tonight with Jason Combe and Daryl Robichaud. Missed one there, maybe.
Nice pass from Castongwe. Caruso from the corner. Tough shot. Hits the front or the side rim from where he shot it.
Tough shot, but he's at home at the 19-9 there, John.
Well,
He'll
that's
make
a touchdown on the replay, but that won't get you 2 points. Basket, Castongwe hitting the deck for Merrimack. A non-call, Matt Faluzzi.
Yeah.
And he dived and got the ball back. Then it was stolen away. Interesting, just a trip. I guess that was the right non-call.
I got to give you credit for saying dived. That is the preferred Merriam-Webster.
You know, is it?
It is. It's an old hard verb. So they say you say dived instead of dove.
I love it.
I'm a nerd, John.
You know, I've read a lot, so I know I've seen it someplace, and sometimes it just comes out. There's a timeout.
Boy, a coach called it before he sunk that 3.
It would have been nice to have that 3 back on the scoreboard.
We got 444s up on the clock right now.
Yes, they do. That's the time remaining in the first half. That's Rich McDonough. I'm John Collins, our cameraman once again. Tim O'Neill, Sports Center, top 10 cameraman, top play of the day
Amen to that.
in the world cameraman is here once again with us.
Hey, everybody, are you looking for where to find live coverage of upcoming North, South, and Bishop Girton games? Well, Nashua ETV is a proud member of the New Hampshire Coalition for Community Media. The NHCCM offers a New Hampshire high school sports broadcast schedule that lists upcoming televised games from all across our state. Our community TV peers and other communities may be covering your away games live on their channels and live streams. You can find a listing of game coverage and more at the NHCCM website at www.nhccm.org/network. There's a mouthful there, John.
Good job. Merrimack with possession out of the timeout, nearly lose it. Infante gives it up to Luzzi, and back for the 3-point attempt for the
Roy, I thought he was going to rattle that one in. Good
Roy
defense. Look at him get back on D. That's great running the floor.
DeFossis with it.
Almost halfway through the second.
So good point total by South, but even better defense. Merrimack with just 11 points so far. Infante traveled. That's not going to help.
He could have had travel or 3 seconds.
Yeah, that too.
Name your poison.
Yeah, tenacious defense. He was going to pass, and then he decided not to, and that caused him to lose his pivot foot.
I tell you, Devin Sawyer.
Defense by South.
Devin Sawyer just checked in for coach for South, and he's a senior, number 12. See how motivated he is to play in front of his parents on senior night.
South Merrimack girls are playing simultaneously right now. And Merrimack is leading 11-8, 1 minute to go in the first.
What a backcourt, John, for South.
Castaway adds to it.
Both guards have scored double digits in every game, both of them.
Dynamic duo.
Yeah.
Terrific. Caruso and Castaway, and they'll be heard from in the playoffs as well as we set up. They're tied for 4th place, meant to say, behind the big 3. There's Wayne gets fouled, puts it in, we'll count it. And it's over 30 points now for South.
Well, give credit to Lemire in there, number 21. He is a glue guy, does the dirty work at times, and he got the steal in the paint and have his chin up and got his team out running, and they finished beautifully.
So South with a massive now 20-point lead over Merrimack. We're still in the first half. Let's see if I can check in on what's going on in the Bedford. A lot of basketball tonight, as you just mentioned.
It's a great Friday night.
So
Winena finishes that
Bedford
that
boys and girls going at it, and 3 games remaining in the season. Last game for everybody will be on a week from tonight, Friday
24th.
the 24th.
And we're not going to know who's seated where until it's all settled.
Right.
Yeah.
Although I got to say, I think North is going to be the top seed by what I calculate. There's a nice shot by Elliott from the corner. Ryan makes it.
Fantastic shot.
Yeah.
With pressure.
Yeah, Larry Bird would have been happy with that one in the deep corner.
He didn't talk it up first, though.
No. 31-14 with that basket by Merrimack as they try to double up. That's a double deflection, but Merrimack still ends up with it. Open look, a floater doesn't go.
Well, I'll tell you had a battle of 6'9" players right there. It doesn't happen too often.
Jensen Monroe with the miss. South trying to follow up with another basket as Lemire goes for a tumble.
Yeah,
just tripped.
Nope. He was looking for a call, but really there was nothing there.
No, just tripped over. I think somebody else's foot and out of bounds. So it's going to be Merrimack ball with 2:32 to go first half.
Lemire is also their quarterback.
Right.
From some of the games that we called.
So North Pinkerton, Bedford, your top 3 teams in the standings. There's a beautiful shot from the corner by Jackson Rosa. And it's a 31-17 game now. A little bit of slowdown for South as they turn it over again. Here comes Jackson Rosa. He'll slow it down a bit.
Yep.
Just over 2 minutes to go first half, and Merrimack on a little bit of a burst here. Underneath the reverse, and that's a foul. Going to the line will be Matt Schmidt.
Yeah, Schmidt really did a good job using the basket as a pick and made Winena reach where he didn't want to reach, and frequently that if you can't drop it in, you draw 2 shots there.
Well, you know, it's Division I when you got a couple of 6'9" guys going at it.
Amen.
And they're not even in the top 3 teams in the state, but, you know, those top 3 teams I mentioned, you got, what's the score, South? Half boys, 33-30. BG's actually leading Bedford boys at the half. You were mentioning the surprise so far, right?
Yeah, I think that is a surprise. But the coach has them prepared, and you know, you watch enough tape because Bedford's always on TV. You can see some things.
That's a tight game. It was 15-15 after 1, 33-30 after 2. And a floater by Castaway makes it 33-18.
Boy, he's smooth when he gets his hips square.
Totally. So,
looked like me when I was playing point guard in high school, John.
Beautiful shot from downtown by Jackson Rosa.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's averaging 9 a game, but his game high was 15 against Goffstown.
I think he's going to surpass that.
So
tonight.
he could, he can fill it up if called upon.
South with the
and here
miss,
he comes
120
again.
to go, and he gets it. Just an electric night for Jackson Rosa. Timeout South.
And just like that,
a
20-point lead is cut in half, John. It's 33-23. $1:15 left in the first half.
So it was
Momentum.
31-21, 31-11. And so let me do the math there. So they get outscored. What is it?
12-2 run.
2?
Yeah.
12-2. There you go.
Boy, your math is as good as mine when I was bartending.
Yeah, sure. Yours is quicker. So it's 33-23, a 10-point game after Jackson Rosa, number 3, Merrimack's point guard, takes them on a burst to kind of make a game of it before halftime once again. 12-2 run.
Yep.
What's going on in the top 3 in the standings? North, Pinkerton, Bedford. North is not playing Pinkerton in the regular season. So the only 2 teams out of the top 3 that played each other were Bedford and North, right? And North won that game. So if you got a 3-way tie for first place, you would think that North, by virtue of having one head-to-head, by default should be
now there are all
one.
kinds of it's quality points.
Oh, because I want to say this: Bedford just beat Pinkerton. They just knocked them off as they were undefeated.
Right.
And now they were 14-1 entering tonight.
And that was a 15-point hammering.
15-point hammering. And you're right. Bedford totally trounced Pinkerton. That was a message game. Really.
So we're going to look at quality points to resolve tie. It's the Road Warriors. Road records can be determinative if you get way down the list of tiebreakers. It's great. The formula was designed by MIT, John.
I guess so.
We're under a minute here.
Yeah, 46 seconds to go. Merrimack with the ball. They could make it a single-digit game.
Tomahawk
with that three-pointer. Doesn't go. Rebound. Karsten Lemire, big one.
Lemire, beautiful box out on a strong man.
In the corner. Will they go for the last shot? No, they're just going to take it in rhythm. And Castongway leaves it short. Wainana, big rebound.
And there he is, coming in from the backside. No box out, unlike what we just saw. 20 seconds left. Let's see what Tomahawks can do.
South up by a dozen thanks to that strong move to the basket by Dennis Wainana. And here's Merrimack probably going to play for the last shot.
And they're forcing him outside.
Wouldn't be a bad guy to take it. Jackson Rosa with 5 seconds to go. He's setting up to do something here. Impossible runner, and the ball ends up with Rich McDonough to end the half.
They're the old lacrosse goalie skills.
Good job. It didn't get by you. So here we go. That's it, right?
That's halftime.
Right.
We got a 10-minute break, 35-23. Good run to close it out by the Tomahawks and really put themselves in a position to play some ball, get back in the game.
Well, it was Dennis Wainana on senior night who scores the final basket of the first half to give us our score, 35-23, a 12-point lead for the Panthers with 9 minutes of halftime to go. Come back with us for the exciting conclusion to this one on what is basketball night on Nashua ETV.
Every day, thousands of kids start vaping. And I can't let this happen to my kid. Of course, it's awkward to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping. Hey, bestie, how sketch is me? It's hard to get their attention. Ready? Go. Yes. Look at that. You didn't even turn yours over. So if you want to talk to your kids about the dangers of vaping, you got to get it trending.
No, you're doing it wrong.
Let's go.
Can we talk?
Yeah, what's up?
Visit talkaboutvaping.org for tips on when and how to have the vape talk.
And now we would like to acknowledge the 5 seniors from Merrimack High School. Matt Waluzzi. Lou DeForces. Trent Jackson. Isaac Infante. And Mason Craig. And at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to honor the senior members of our cheer team. Cheer would like to be recognizing 3 senior cheerleaders. All 3 are truly wonderful and unique individuals. They bring so much fun and fire to our team, and they are irreplaceable. Thank you for making such a positive impact on our program. You will be missed much more than you know. Tonight, we would like to honor Audrey, Sammy, Amaya, and their families. First, we would like to welcome Audrey Carrasco, who is accompanied by Lindsay and Seth Hill, Don Snow, Yesai Infante, and Diego Hell. Next, we would like to welcome Sammy Stans, accompanied by Chris and Lisa Stans, Stephen Johnson, and Jessica DeRosa. And finally, Amaya Shea, accompanied by Jessica Agostino, Daniel Shea, and Rebecca Patterson. And here are the 6 senior basketball players for this year's Purple Panther. We ask the parents, siblings, guests of each senior to accompany your son at center court for a picture when his name is called. Gentlemen, thank you for all that you have done. You will be missed, but remember, your work here is far from finished. And now for our players. First, our Director of Basketball Operations, the legend himself, Ashton. Hardest working man in the weight room in Nashua South. Our next athlete, number 12, Devin Sawyer. With his parents, Denmark, and sister, Natalie. Our next athlete, number 21, Karsten Lemire. Accompanied by his parents, Lori and Brad, his brother James, and his grandparents, Joan and John. Introducing next, number 22, Isaiah Hedwig. Accompanied by his parents, Lance and Connie. Introducing next, number 33, Kaden Sheehan. Accompanied by his parents, Rita and Michael, and his sister, Julia. And last but not least, ladies and gentlemen, number 34, accompanied by his mother Joy, sister Teresa, and brother Jim. Congratulations to all of our seniors. Thanks again to all, and good luck in future endeavors.
I'm an ex-drug dealer, and I'll be your sub today. Can you see anything different as a pill?
No.
You don't know?
Fentanyl is being mixed into everything now. There's only one thing that will save somebody's life. That is naloxone nasal spray.
Fentanyl, it's cheap, it's potent, and it's profitable.
Why would drug dealers put a lethal dose of fentanyl in drugs if they know it's so harmful?
Really just all about the money.
I just didn't realize that one pill could change your whole life.
More kids should know.
Welcome back, everybody, to Courtside here at Nashua High School South. John Collins with Rich McDonough. High school basketball galore tonight, all over the map in Bedford, at South, at BG, right? Oh, no, Bedford. Everything's at Bedford. Merrimack is where the other game, the counterpart to this, is going on.
It's a constellation of hoops.
Yeah, it is.
Boy, I felt like I was in a surf club listening to Dick Dale on that intro from Pete Johnson, our executive producer.
Yes. So 35-23. South, I won't say comfortably ahead, because they had a 20-point lead that evaporated pretty quickly thanks to one Jackson Rosa of Merrimack, the point guard. He just turned into a one-man scoring machine there for a while when South was up 31-11.
Yeah, and they cut it to 10, but,
right.
you know, Nashua got a deuce right before half. Tell you what, first half, though, was clean. Nobody had more than one personal foul.
Yeah, nobody got in close to foul trouble.
Yeah,
as a
team fouls were 3 and 2.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen very often.
Right.
You know, and it was pretty physical. So
my partner Tom King hates that. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's a sign of not playing tough enough defense because you don't foul enough. But also, if you get into that strategy at the end where you're trailing, you might want to put guys at the line.
Well,
we'll see how it plays out.
I think you just can't get enough scintillating photos in a game like that.
So Merrimack right off the opening possession score. That's David Roy laying it in. And we are down to a 10-point game again.
Yeah,
35.
Coach Denton scripted that. That was well done.
Sure. Zach Castongwe will pass it to his right. Bounce pass underneath to Isaiah Hedquist. Hedquist gives it back to Karsten Lemire. Up top, Josh Caruso, the game's leading scorer. We've got him with at least 13. And Caruso's going to launch for 3 more.
He got his hips square.
Yeah.
That's probably about a 21-footer.
And he checked in with the fans right after the shot.
And they liked it.
Playing to the fans. Another three-pointer for Josh Caruso. Super talented point guard, shooting guard, really, for the
Yeah, he
Panthers.
had 14 in the first half and adds another 3 to make it 17 for the game.
And there's the other top scorer. Does he get the bounce? No, for Jackson Rosa.
Yeah, he got on that run like you mentioned. There it is.
Caruso, don't blame him for taking it. Off of Merrimack out of bounds.
You know,
Look at that hustle.
He got square, but he was still floating forward on the release, and I think that affected it when it hit the rim. But
wow. Who was that? That was Jackson Rosa that took a chair out on that dive.
Yeah.
That was pretty good hustle over there.
Hey, he fouled the chair. Doesn't count in the book.
Yeah.
Good tip. That's
Infante.
Infante,
Knocked it away from
man.
Wayne, not easy to do. And then an open lay-in.
There's Rosa again. You calling it, John?
Yes, so he's a one-man show right now for Merrimack versus the other one-man show, Josh Caruso. And it's an 11-point game. So Merrimack lurking. Castongwe, the floater, ran out of room.
Wow, that's just great hustle by Wanena.
Yeah.
I tell you,
because if you run into people at 6'9", you're going to get called for the foul. He was able to get in between all those defenders and take the ball away.
Well, and Ryan Elliott, number 44, is a sophomore. I bet you by next year he's going to clamp that ball and turn his hips away from pressure.
Good aggressive play by Dennis. He went to the ball rather than let it be stolen, but he wasn't able to convert.
And Infante with that quickness as a big man, pretty valuable.
That's an open look from the corner, and Merrimack makes it count. Number 30 is Michael Flera with a three-pointer for the sophomore, and it's now an 8-point game. Merrimack sneaking their way back in.
And watch Flera, John. He put 19 up against North earlier this year.
Castongwe gets rejected, a foul before the shot.
Yeah, Rosa just got too much contact on the way in down the baseline. Ref had to call that.
Jackson didn't think so.
That's the second time he doth protest.
Yeah, civilly, but
as long as we're on the subject of literature, John.
Yeah. Civil disobedience there by Jackson Rosa. Or disagreement, I should say. 39-30 now with the free throw by Zach Castongwe. He's trying to make it a 10-point lead again. It'd be a nice even 40-30, and that's what we have.
Well, and true to form, both our double-digit scorers are in double digits now, John. He had 9 in the first.
Up top in the corner, back it goes to Michael Flera. And he's probably going to, I was thinking he's going to shoot it. He was talking about how he's a good scorer. He's wide open. He thought about it. He almost traveled, gives it up. Jackson Rosa, he doesn't want to shoot it. Flera's going to give it back to him in a second. And now they do, and they missed it long. Wayne a rebound.
He looked like he was surprised he was so alone. And with the way he's been scoring, I'm surprised he was so alone.
What are those two polite skunks in the cartoons? I forget. No, after you. No, I insist. That miss, though, by South. An opportunity for Merrimack to cut it back to 7 in and out. That would have been a 7-point game had they made the 3.
Weren't Heckle and Jekyll all polite, John?
Heckle and Jekyll, wasn't that it? I think you're right.
I tell you what.
I knew I could count on you for that.
There you go.
How about now, also, could you help me with this? You know that game the kids play where they had try to remember the sequence? And they have those
Uno or something like that?
What is it?
Simon Says.
Simon Says, right?
Yeah.
I think it is Simon Says. Simon. That's yeah, so you got that one too. You're 2 for 2.
Don't ask me to find it next week on Jeopardy.
Yeah. That's what our new toy, our equipment that Pete got here, the beautiful console looks like.
I was saying the other day when we were doing the middle school championships that it looks like the dance floor from Saturday Night Fever.
Oh, that too. Good job, yeah. The strobe lights.
It's a scary place up here, John.
Kostongwe's going to take the 3, missed everything, and Merrimack ball. So South kind of looking for their scoring touch here in the second half. Slow start, as they had a slow start to the first quarter before they put the burst on.
There's that zone.
Ended up with 19 for the first quarter. Merrimack swings it around, and a nice three-pointer from Michael Flera.
And there he is.
There's the name that Rich says he can light it up.
Well, hard to put in 19 against North, but he did.
7-point difference is all here. Wanena dribbling, top of the key, gives it up. Caruso, blocked shot.
Nice stretch there. And here comes Rosa running the right side boards.
In the corner. 3:44 to go. Infante thought different, but Kostongwe was there for the steal and transition. Caruso got fouled, and it counts.
Well, I'll tell you, Infante, as big as he is, had a 6'9". Wainena staring him in the face, and he thought better of it, but so he had help rotation from the top side of the key, interception.
Josh Caruso, a fast 6-footer, and when he gets the ball, good things happen for the Panthers.
Very good.
Lots of points, goes back to the free throw line, trying to make it a 10-point lead again. As South succeeding to this point in keeping Merrimack at arm's length, but they missed the free throw, and here comes that man again.
That doesn't happen to him. Yeah, Rosa's on the move. I tell you, Caruso had a 31-point effort against Londonderry early this season. When he gets rolling, it's going in.
Luke DeFossis made the diagonal pass, gets it back, misses the shot, and ain't a rebound.
6'4" guard in high school shooting from the outside the 3. That's impressive.
Kostongwe goes to the basket.
Great follow.
Wanena, I believe, was it Lemire? Yeah, it was
No, it's Wanena. He had 8 in the first. Now he's in double digits.
Flera.
Boom.
Swish. What a good shooter. A sophomore, Michael Flera. A lot of basketball left in his high school career. A lot of points left in that right hand.
Yeah, Coach Denton's got to be liking what he's seeing there.
So an 8-point game again, thanks to that shot by Flera. Caruso doing his part to try to put Merrimack away minute by minute, but they just won't go away.
Good pick there by Wanena. Couldn't get him free.
Kostongwe with beautiful footwork and a fadeaway, but it doesn't go. And Jackson Rosa, will he split everybody? Goes to the left. They swing it to the corner.
Kostongwe looked like
Flera? He's open on the right side over here. Look out for him.
Kostongwe looked like he came down funny on his ankle there. Watch that.
He's out there. He gets closed on by Lemire.
Nice inside-out movement by the Tomahawks.
Luke DeFossi hands it over to Jackson Rosa. The runner and the pop, no good.
Yeah, Rosa's gone cold after that great run.
Fakes right, goes left to the basket.
What a slashing move. Absolutely slashing move. Gets to the board for the kiss, as Billy Raftery says.
Yes.
And it's a 10-point lead again, just like that.
Leaves his Zorro Z-slash on the glass. Beautiful play. 46-36, back to a 10-point difference with a minute and a half to go. There's a long shot from Flera. He was hitting from the corners. That
He was
a
feeling
different
it.
Spot.
He's feeling it, but it couldn't
Yeah.
get it to drop that time.
Didn't miss by much, but it's still 10 points and South ball.
Quick moving quarter, John.
Sure is.
Few
Very
ball
few
stoppages.
whistles, very few fouls.
Which means we're getting very few announcements and ads in.
Good thing we're non-profit.
Got some interesting substitution for coach coming in for the Panthers.
Isaiah Hedquist swings it around. Caruso fakes left, goes right, one-handed. Beautiful play, Josh Caruso.
Boy, he's on a tear.
And so a 12-point lead in the corner. Flera going to pass it all the way in to the other diagonal corner.
Yeah.
Blocked by Waineta, just took it away from Jackson Rosa. Castongwe pushing the pace off the glass and makes it.
Boy, Castongwe showing he can slide. This is why they scored double digits every single game this year.
And they hit the 50-point mark here with 24 seconds to go in the third quarter. Waineta covering Luke DeFosse. He's even at 6'4", not able to get the shot up.
Boy, that 7-point lead went away in a hurry.
DeFosse gets blocked.
There's Waineta with the long arms again.
Caruso with the right hand over the rim and in.
That was fantastic body control.
And shielded the ball with his body. Turnover, Merrimack.
Great play running back by Hedquist.
Dennis Waineta misses it by, I don't know if that would have counted, but it was a good attempt.
Wow, what a run by the Panthers to close that out, John.
After a sluggish start to the third quarter, Rich,
yeah,
they really poured it on, and now they have a 16-point lead entering the fourth quarter. Looking good for Nashua High South.
I tell you, one thing is important as a guy who's done officiating. Please consider becoming an official.
We got some other, yeah, that's good public service announcement.
Yeah.
In the other games, South girls are leading Merrimack with 2.5 minutes to go in the first half, 29-25. And in the boys game, which is getting late, 5 minutes to go, fourth quarter, Bedford has now opened up a 55-47 point lead.
Fantastic.
BG putting up a fight, but Bedford, as we were saying, they're so tough to close out. We saw them beat South here after trailing the Panthers in the boys game most of the game, and Bedford's getting the job done against
well, they're
BG,
excellent at
like
making adjustments as needed.
Yeah.
Case in point, the closeout against South that you were here for.
You know how we could take Bedford down a peg is if we sent them to play Keene tomorrow night. But it's not on the schedule.
I mean, you really do need massage therapy after that bus ride.
Yeah.
I've done that far too many times, and they're
Right.
physical kids.
The Jumanji Jitney, or the Jumanji Journey over there to Keene. That's where they shot that movie with Robin Williams.
Dressing like Sherpas over there.
Well, unfortunately, Duty's going to call me away here in a moment, and Rich McDonough is going to take you the rest of the way here in the fourth quarter.
That's always a pleasure,
I'm going to hang
John.
around, and then I'm going to evaporate
Yep.
in a moment. But I love watching Josh Caruso play, Zach Castongwe, and tell you what, these Merrimack players, no slouches either. Jackson Rosa is a junior; he'll be back next season. Michael Flera, we're talking about just being a sophomore.
Right.
So good things for Merrimack and next season as well. 7 and 8 to begin the game tonight. They're probably going to go to 7 and 9. I don't want to talk too prematurely, but South with another basket.
Well, then they got David
54-36.
Roy. They got David Roy and Elliott, who's 6'3" already at a sophomore.
Oh, yeah. We're talking about how these guys seem to grow every week that we do these games. Like, wasn't he like 6'8" last week? Now he's 6'9". Flera trying to do the floater in the paint, the putback by Infante.
Might shrink to 6'7" after it hits the teens tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So with 7 minutes to go now, South up by 16, 54-38. We've got a whistle.
Yeah, away from the ball.
Yeah. So pleasure doing the game with you, Rich.
Yeah, it's always fun, John. Love it.
Yep, and hopefully maybe we'll get some playoff action. Let's see. It's going to be a great playoff season for all of our Nashua ETV teams, BG, girls and boys, especially the boys. I think all three are going to be in the playoffs, BG boys, South, North, and quality teams.
Now, this has been a wonderful run for, this broadcast and, us calling games.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
Devin Sawyer puts it in, so 56-38, South in the lead.
All right, John, safe travels, buddy. As usual, you got South back in its zone, 2-3 with a lot of movement in the paint. Forces long shots off the rim, and a turnover, but it's almost a turnover, but it stays with the Panthers. 6:09 left in the fourth quarter, 56-38. Thanks again to John Collins for always wonderful, colorful broadcast. And here we go with Castonguay bringing it up the court. And finally some forward pressure by the Tomahawks. Castonguay handles it beautifully. It jumps high, floats it over the front of the rim for two with 5:50 in the fourth quarter. Veluzzi's one of their glue guys for the Tomahawks. Dishes it over to the wing to Ryan Elliott, who can't convert the long ball. Long rebound. Now in the hands of number 33, Caden Sheehan, who's a senior at 6'6". Big team for the Panthers. One reason they're in position to go to the playoffs and be a good seed. That was number 32, Josh Tripp, with a nice 10-footer in the lane, getting the Panthers to 60-38, and then easily back into their zone, trying to keep the Tomahawks at bay and outside. Andrew McCarthy, who's in the game for the Tomahawks, dishes from the wing, now bounce pass into Elliott, can't get it, and he bounces to Veluzzi, who can't get it off the rim, but we got a foul on the way up, 5:01 in the fourth quarter. And that's only the second team foul for the Panthers. Officials, Johnny on the spot. As I was saying earlier, we could use it as a former official. Becoming a high school sports official is an easy call. Officiating allows us all to be a role model and demonstrating qualities such as impartiality, fairness, courage, and high school sports officials help protect the integrity of the games. New officials have the opportunity to come in and make a difference right away. To learn more, please visit www.NHIAA.org. We have an official shortage, so please help us out. And the Panthers back on offense. There's another senior back in the game. That's Devin Sawyer, 6'1". Couldn't see if the foul was on through the trees there. That's the referee, Rabashad. 4:44 on the clock in the fourth. 60-38 for the Panthers. Working hard on the inbound plays, Josh Tripp. Taking a pass from Caden Sheehan. And we have a double dribble, not a hard call. And the turnover goes to the Tomahawks. Number 12, Trent Jackson, who's a 6-foot guard and a senior in the game, bringing it up. And Veluzzi again runs the point. Swings it over to McCarthy, who swings it back to Jackson. And again, signature 2-3 zone for the Panthers. Veluzzi takes a ball, hits only the side of the net, bounces free, controlled by number 22, Isaiah Hedquist, a senior, who looks a lot like a young Brandon Fraser. As we come up to the 4-minute mark in the fourth quarter. And just an update, we got about 2 minutes left, and it's Bedford up by 6, 59-53 in their game, as the Panthers convert and make it 62-38 as we're under 4 minutes now here. Nice bounce pass, but really great rotation there by Josh Tripp, number 32. And number 10, Sammy Witta, who's also a senior, enjoying his senior night honors earlier in a really great celebration, comes in for Hedquist. And the substitution game keeps coming. Ravindran, number 24, gets in the game for the Panthers as the outcome's pretty much not in doubt. Once again, the BG girls basketball at Bedford game is going to be on Nashua ETV 99 at 8 p.m. tonight, courtesy of our friends at Bedford Community Television. We'll probably see a lot of insurance ads. Devin Sawyer handling the ball for the Panthers, swings it over to his teammate. That's number 32, Josh Tripp once again, and the ball bounces out. It'll stay here with the Panthers as we hit the 2:16 mark. Noah Morrison checks in the game for the Tomahawks. For Valuzzi, who's played a very good game, and he's a senior. That might be his curtain call. Nice inbounds play. Right on cue is Sammy Witta taking the ball. Can't get it, dishes it out to the wing. And bang, zoom, number 32, Josh Tripp converts from the 19-9 and adds 3 more for the Panthers as we hit 2 minutes left in the game. Trent Jackson surveying the floor, and that zone has really forced them out to the outside for most of the evening. Rosa had a great run, but it wasn't enough. And the Panthers seem to be in good shape, well-oiled machine as we head toward the playoffs, and we'll know all the standings by next Friday or Saturday morning when the dust settles. Lots of tiebreakers probably in play, and who can sneak in the bottom half of the bracket. Can Salem, Dover, Timberlane sneak in and take the place of Manchester, Concord, or Goffstown? Goffstown's probably got the hardest road in front of them with playing Winnicott, and then they're at Pinkerton, and then Alvern to finish. Correction earlier, we are coming to the 2-minute mark now. One of the lamps is out on the scoreboard on the far side. The Tomahawks go through the rotation, and that's a nice pull-up by Andrew McCarthy, who's a junior 6-foot guard for the Tomahawks. Drops in 2, making it 65-40, but still we're now under 2 minutes left. And they're coming up to the 1-minute mark in Bedford with Bulldogs up 59-53 over the Cardinals. So Cardinal and now 7-point lead. Also with 4 minutes, can't tell what, it's in the third. We got Nashua South girls with a 13-point lead over Merrimack, 42-29. So stay tuned on that game. That's Noah Morrison handling for the Tomahawks, a sophomore. And he gets to the glass and gets a drop, and he gets a foul. Chance for a 3-point play. Nice job there finishing out. 65-43. Outcome not in doubt, hasn't been for a while after the big Panther run in the third quarter. Sheehan handling the ball at 6'9" at the top of the key, or 6'6". Pretty rare luxury. Playing the inside out game a little bit. Oh! That's Matthew Schmidt going high. He's a 6'9" player. He's a junior. Got a little forward reach there, and that's usually going to draw a foul at this level. Even when you think it's clean. I know I had a lot of those playing point guard when I was in high school. Nice smooth shot for Caden Sheehan. Getting his number in the record books for the evening as a senior. And he front rims this one, but good fight for it. And guess who comes down with it is Noah Morrison, just after we called his name a couple minutes ago. There's Trent Jackson from 3, can't find it. And we're under the 1-minute mark. Good hustle there by a substitute. That's Christopher Githu, who is a sophomore as well. Gets to the deck and gets the ball. Turnover, or off the rebound. Panthers bringing up the court, and that's Ravindran handling the ball. As we kind of wind it out, we're down to 30 seconds left. Just chewing clock now. Coach has pretty much sealed the deal on shooting. Usually the case unless somebody's wide open on a break. And we're coming up to the 10-second mark. There's Gathu, gets to the paint, tries to get a shot up. Witta comes down with the board, can't get one off the glass. Ball rolls out of bounds, and that rolls out the clock. And as the game ends on senior night here at Belanger Gymnasium, it's a home team win for Nashua South, 66-43, and they go to 12-4. Merrimack goes to 7-9, and both teams have 2 games left. Many thanks to our excellent cameraman, best in the business around here, Tim O'Neill, and for our excellent producer, executive producer, Pete Johnson, and for the now obscure John Collins, who does a great job calling the game. I'm Rich McDonough. It's been a real pleasure. Safe travels to everybody, and we will see you down the road on Basketball Night.